guys, welcome back to Event Ghoulies. I'm one half of Event Ghoulies, Nicole, and we are going over Can Can Wonderland today in Minneapolis. This was taken on July 26, 2025, so almost a full year now. And like always, we are going to be sort of not talking a whole lot throughout this. There's going to be portions to show off sort of the menu that they have here, which you can see. There's going to be portions for all of the games as well as the mini golf course. Right now you can see that I'm going to be doing a full walkthrough of Can Can Wonderland as well as going through some of the golf courses. Right here you can see they have some beer draft and as well as I believe they have like soda drafts, but this is like a whole wall of like different types of beers. I think a lot of them are local breweries, which is really cool. And as we make our way over here, it's a lot of the pinball section and indie arcade games. So like there's like the Bee Fight game, a few like small developer games that they have here. This is also where you will check in for the golf portion. See, there's a lot of retro games, a lot of arcade, skee ball. There's like this photo op that you could go into the karaoke. I think that you could actually do karaoke in there, but it's not very well ventilated. Like you could definitely hear who would ever be in there. um, but there's a lot of racing games, things like that. This is about as much as you guys are going to see of this section because I mainly focus on the old arcade games. You can see here there's like some sort of art piece that if you were to slam on these buttons, you can see that each of the instruments that you play lights up and plays the sound of the instrument that you play. So saw a lot of kids here having a lot of fun with that and sort of like being able to have an art installation above you is pretty cool. Now, if you go through this hallway, we start getting into more like local artist games. So like a lot of artistry and things like that. I'll cover this a little bit more later. Out here is where you can see there is a stage, which I've heard that local artists perform here, and it's just absolutely covered in stuffed animals. It's a very nice looking stage. Over here, there's some areas to eat if you want to bring your food over here. And then we have some of the kiddie rides, which I actually did go on some of them. I know that's crazy, but you guys will see that like a little bit later. Here's just a general overview of this area and all of the games over here. But then later we'll go into depth on every single one. So when you walk in, you're actually greeted by this like deconstructed pinball machine, which I thought was super cool. You could see all the working and moving parts underneath, and I thought that was super cool for people who might not, work with pinball machines. They also have a lot of merch here, as well as just some general fun goodies, hats, t-shirts, sweaters, some, you know, stickers, as well as some older games in the front. Here's a look at the stage again, just because I thought like, oh, nobody's on here. I'm gonna take some cool footage of it. But yeah, it was really pretty. And I like that this whole place sort of loops around. We were kind of obsessed with this like children's haunted house thing. I thought this was so interesting. All the buttons inside there light up and they have different like sound effects and it turns, and there is my grown ass inside of there. I was obsessed with this thing. It was like adorable. This was really cool. This is like a marionette that if you press the buttons, it will dance for you. I was obsessed with this thing as well. This one was pretty cute. You could shoot some balls into Godzilla's mouth. It was like absolutely adorable. We'd actually seen some of the things from this on the internet, but we've actually never seen one in person, which was really fun to look at. For the most part, a lot of these are going to be self-explanatory. I mean, I show you the functions of the games, you can kind of figure them out. Some of them were broken, but you can actually use a QR code to notify the staff when it is broken. So I'm just going to kind of let these play out. And unfortunately, for some of them, I'm not going to use audio because it was very loud. But if something requires audio, I'll throw in the audio here and there. I don't think you want to hear me and my friends talking over all these games, but it was pretty fun. A lot of them are like not one of a kind, but they're a lot older, so they're a lot more rare and hard to find, which I really like in these sort of environments. Especially when it comes to arcades, I like to have something that like younger people who might not have experienced this growing up are able to see sort of what the older games and like older arcades might have looked like. And a lot of them are multiplayer, which is super fun if you're here with a group of friends. I will say that one thing that I was super looking forward to playing here was the Hercules pinball machine, which is like the largest pinball machine, I think, in the world. and it's very rare and very hard to find. There was only so many manufactured, and I guess they used to have it, but apparently they have either like they don't have it anymore, they sold it, or maybe it was under reconstruct like renovation. But I did not see this here. But I saw on their website that they used to have it. This one was so interesting. So you ask it a question, and then there's a skeleton in there that will shake its head yes or no. So it has some of these pre-made questions. There's some that have stickers over them. I'm guessing either they were rubbed off or maybe they were old and out of date. But it's very interesting how this mechanic works, and it's hard to capture on camera. So I tried my best to get my camera in there because of the glare. However, you just select something off the list and then press the button, and then you'll see inside there's a skeleton. Again, here is me, and I'm trying to drive and ride on this thing. This one was really cool, and despite it looking very easy, the controls were crazy. But it was really fun to sort of see a mechanic like this, especially for like something where you could see like the cars like kind of poking out of the screen, and your rate goes up. I did pretty well considering I don't have a permit, so. Alright, so heading back into this room, you can kind of see that there's sort of black light theme going on here. A lot of these, from my understanding, were all made by local like Minnesota people. Um, I could be wrong on that, but there's little cards that tell you sort of what's happening. This one right here is a space race, so two people sort of try and turn the handles to get the earth moving. It was really cool. This one is like a shooter game, and things will pop out and light up. And there it is on the light mode. And then there was a few other ones that were sort of shooter games. There's quite a bit in this room, but all of them have placards that tell you about them, about the artist, and like when they were made, things like that, which is super cool. Now we are going to be heading over to the mini golf section. There is a lot to go over here. I'm not gonna say too much because I feel like mini golf is pretty self-explanatory, and what I show here is kind of how you can see the mechanics working. But it's pretty inventive, and all of them, once again, are created by local artists in the area to make new and inventive ways to do the mini golf experience. So there's a lot of different weird ways that you have to get your ball through, or obstacles. You could see us try 100 times to get through some of these, but it was super fun and very like visually appealing. It was just such a cool experience.
У вас, наверное, лучшие глаза в СССР. Вы лучшая девушка в СССР.
thought I'd chime in for this one because it was really interesting. So basically, the concept is that you put your mini golf ball on top of this tee, and then you have to hit it with your like a baseball bat, I believe. It's a very interesting concept, and it looks really cute. They have a bunch of helmets on the whole wall, and you trying to get it inside of the holes on the back wall. It is very hard, as you can see. But yeah, that one was really fun. All right, as you can see, we're making our way down to the last hole. As we walk by, you can see all the holes that you previously did, as well as on the other side, you can see all the arcade machines. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, if you want, we have our Instagram in the description below. This has been Ben Coolies. Thank you so much. Bye.